You've been paying tithes in the days of Mango Park. You still cannot buy a car. Should you not think? Your father paid tithe, your mother paid tithe, till they died they couldn't build a house. You grew up paying tithe, you're still a tenant. Shouldn't you think tithing doesn't make you prosper? Listen, this is one of the reasons why Ugandan pastors were afraid of me coming to Uganda. But their fear has come on them, because I came to set you free so you can serve God with joy. Am I talking to somebody here? I came to free you from religious bondage, from religious captivity, from religious fear. God has not given to us the spirit of fear, but of love, of power, and of a sound mind. You have now received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but the spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba. If you're catching my flow, shout, I hear you. Sit down, cross your leg and shout, I am free from religious bondage. I am free to serve God. The Bible says, stand fast in the liberty. Stand fast in the liberty wherewith Christ has set you free. Sit down quickly. What is tithe? Tithe is tenth. Who started tithe? Abraham. Who told Abraham to pay tithe? Idol worship. Abraham was an idol worshipper. He was a worshipper of the moon and the stars. In idol worship, you take something to your deity. White chicken, red chicken, blue fowl, crocodile, mosquito without one eye, cockroach without legs. Satan is wicked. Look at the kind of things he's asking people to bring. So because Abraham was used to going to a shrine with something before the deity will work for him. Now Abraham is born again. He has believed the gospel. So he goes to battle. When he won the battle, the victory, you don't pay tithe for blessing, because Abraham had not given tithe when Melchizedek blessed him. Blessed be Abraham of the Most High, possessor of the heavens and the earth. And Abraham gave, not paid. Abraham gave a tithe, a tenth. He didn't pay, he gave. That means Abraham's generosity was 10%. That means he was very stingy. That means Abraham was stingy. Because how can you have 100% and you're coming to say thank you for what God has done, and you bring 10 and keep 90? You must be stingy. Now, when Abraham did that, Moses showed up. God said, Moses, go and tell Israel in Exodus 19 verse 4, I want to make them a kingdom of priests and a kingdom of kings. Israel said to Moses, go and tell God we don't want to talk to him. If God wants to talk to us, let him talk to you. If we want to talk to you, we will talk through Moses. So Israel appointed Moses a go-between. It was not God, it was Israel, and God cannot force them. So God worked with what they made available. So Moses became the mediator between God and Israel. When God gave Moses the 10 commandments, Moses knew that Israel cannot keep it. So Moses decided to set up for them a Levitical priesthood. A priesthood where when you sin, you can come to the priest with an animal. That animal is a type of Jesus. That means when you bring an animal to the priest, what you're saying is, I believe that Jesus will die for my sins. The priest will take it, kill it, go through the outer court, the holy place, into the Holy of Holies, and offer it. And it was once a year. Now, so because the priests were Levites, they were not permitted to work because there was too much work in the temple. So since they are not going to be doing business anymore, they will stay in the temple because of Israel. Moses now said, each one of you in Israel, when you have made money, bring 10% to sustain the priests. Since the priests are here to serve you, where did Moses get it from? Abraham. Follow me now. So Israel will bring 10% because of the priests in the temple. In Malachi chapter 3, God was not talking to Israel. He was talking to the priests. Because the priests were collecting tithe, but they were not paying tithe. Because there was tithe and there was tithe of tithe. So God said to the priest, you this priest, you collect tithe but you don't pay. You are cursed with a curse. He wasn't cursing Israel. It was the priests, the pastors. That Malachi 3 is for pastors who collect tithe, but they themselves, they don't pay tithe to another person. Go and read it. Am I teaching? Look at that Malachi 3:1. See how they started the discourse. So you know what we're talking about here. Malachi 3. Behold, I send my messenger, and he shall prepare the way of the Lord. Next verse, verse 2. Verse 2, brother, walk with me. But who may abide? And who shall stand when he appeareth? For it's like a refiner's fire and like a fuller's soap. Next verse. And he shall sit as a refiner and purifier of silver. And he shall purify the sons of Levi, the priest. So this chapter is for priests who were collecting tithe, but we are not paying tithe. They are the ones that are cursed, not you. Am I teaching here? See, in the Bible, you don't pluck a verse. You read the context. Because the Bible is a contextual material. You read pretext, you read post-text to understand context. So, the tithe is the law. When Jesus came, he abolished the law plus tithe. No more tithe. Anybody collecting tithe from you is robbing you. Why? Christ hath redeemed us from the curse of the law, being made a curse for us. For it is written, cursed is everyone that hangeth on the tree, that the blessing of Abraham might come on the Gentiles. Dr. Damina, what are you saying? Hold on. The New Testament is built on the foundation of the apostles and prophets. Jesus himself, the cornerstone. That means what the apostles didn't do, we are not supposed to do. What Jesus didn't do, we are not supposed to do, because we are New Testament. In the book of Acts, nobody paid tithe. From chapter 1 to 28, nobody paid tithe. In the entire New Testament church, nobody paid tithe. Paul did not receive tithe. Paul did not pay tithe. Peter did not receive tithe. Peter didn't pay tithe. Jesus did not receive tithe. Jesus did not pay tithe. It ended with the Old Testament. Hold on.